I'm gonna start with a few wise words.
Okay. Can we start with a cheers?
Oh yes, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, mums.
Mm-hmm. Mum's the word.
Mum's the word. Mum's
That
the
should
drink.
be there.
Mums, yeah. I've never seen a Mums ad.
Neither am I. They probably don't need to have an ad.
Yeah.
People just like it.
They're social. I'm gonna start with some wise words. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
To get this is just to get like the audience into it. Here we go. Goes like this. I'm MC Cat on the rap, so mic it. Here's a little story and you're sure to like it. Swift and sly, make you feel like dancing with my homegirl Becky Jansen. Is it even worse than the rap at the start of today's song? Yeah, it's probably a little worse.
I mean,
I'm just setting
it's on par.
I was just setting the context.
I mean, it just goes to show kind of anyone could do that.
No, maybe not.
That rap.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think, when Snoop makes an appearance, like featuring Snoop, which he seems to do a lot.
Oh.
He's so good.
Yeah.
You always want to hear it. Like, what's he going to say? Yes, just such a sly way of even saying every word and everything. And so I'm not saying that you delivered it.
I don't know. I have no ego about this. Today's song is Opposites Attract by Paula Abdul, which begins with those 4 lines, only with Paula and not Becky here. And it's just, I mean, it sets the scene for the video though quite well.
Oh my gosh.
It's like that corny, like late 80s, early 90s, like New Jack rap. It was like kind of like something Will Smith might have rapped.
Oh, the first.
Yeah, the
first.
Just kind of corny and, unserious, but maybe kind of fun,
Wait, let me look at it again.
Want to see the lyrics?
Yeah.
Yeah, the lyrics are here.
Okay, I'm MC Cat on the rap, so mic it. Here's a little story, and you're sure to like it. Swift and sly, and I'm playing it cool with my homegirl, Paula Abdul.
Yeah. And it's interesting because that's all MC Cat raps. There's no reprise. There's no second verse. It's like, why even include it?
Was he famous?
No, MC Cat was like, he was part of it's actually very convoluted. But we'll see when we look at it. He's somehow connected to the 2 people that produced the song with Paula, but I don't think MC Cat's one of them.
So
he's like someone they knew, and there's some connection to like, I think, as I recall, this guy that rapped, he wasn't actually called MC Cat. They called him that in the song, but he was a guy who was in a band that was like a spin-off or connected to Prince's band.
Oh.
And Prince, what was the story I read? Prince actually wrote...
Like with the time?
Yeah, or the New Power... not... what was his band? Prince of the Revolution. Yeah, so it was the Revolution connected. But I want to say, though, what I read was that Prince actually wrote, I think it was Kiss, for this band.
For...
The band that like MC Cat was in or something. There's some convoluted connection between Prince and this song.
Kiss is one of my favorite songs of all time. Yeah. To dance to Kiss is the best. Because
every band plays that song too, so it's nice. But then like he realized maybe how great a song it was and was like, fuck that, I'm recording it myself.
Maybe they turned it down because they had no skills to recognize a good song. Mm-hmm. If this was his rap.
Yeah, they're like, damn.
Like if this is like his level, or maybe Paula wrote this. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily want to bag him, Paula, but we're going to.
Today's song is, that we on this show, as the little tagline you'll hear soon says, it's an irreverent look at some of the music, lyrics, and videos of pop songs, right? Music, lyrics, and videos. And I feel like for every song we've done, at least one of those 3 is just not great.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2. But have
Yeah.
we, like, I'm thinking like, Hey Soul Sister easily got to 2.
Right.
But have we got one that has 3 yet? We've not had a song where the music, the lyrics, and the video are just like,
Well, because you think there's inherently something catchy in all the songs in some way, right? Like even We Built This City.
that's what I would say about We Built This City.
Yeah.
Like pretty bad.
Against your own like better judgment. It's
Yeah.
in that guilty pleasure category.
That's
all
it.
that
That's
stuff,
a good
right?
encapsulation. The
Okay.
guilty pleasure, there's something about it that people like. Usually it's the catchiness of the song.
Mhm,
Hey Soul
mhm,
Sister.
mhm.
Opposites attract, and the video is maybe, I don't know, is the video a little bit iconic
What with that cartoon?
because of the cartoon.
Do you?
The video,
Is this after Roger
it
Rabbit?
was after Roger Rabbit. I was going to ask you actually now, what great movies do we have, or what movies can you even think of where it's a live film and they put a cartoon over it?
Did Fantasia have that, or was that all
Just
cartoon?
cartoon.
Okay.
So Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I think in
Well, I remember that
paved
being
the way.
revolutionary. Yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was like so crazy. And what's so crazy too about that is like the sexiness of the
Jessica Rabbit.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's married to that that
Yeah, that's right.
that rabbit. And then that everyone is so turned on by her in such a way, like it's kind of weird. And then like her body
Well,
was no, but it's ahead of its time in the like body
oh,
positivity, because like I guess that was I remember thinking,
well, because
wow.
it's a throwback to the 40s.
Yeah, but also it's like supposedly I remember reading. So when that movie came out, I know we're off topic here, but that had so much, like that's height of magazine, and I'm such a magazine person. Like magazines are like, I'm sad that they've sort of gone away. I love the tactical, turning the pages, looking through once and then going back. Yeah, tactile. Yes, tactical.
Tactical is what's happening in downtown LA right now.
Right. Tactile. Anyway, so then I remember reading a magazine article. I think it was in Details. Do you remember that? About
Men's magazine, wasn't it?
Yes. Jessica Rabbit, and like how she was sort of the embodiment of a male fantasy of a woman. And I was like, wow, is it? Like, I was so surprised by
rabbit with giant boobs.
Well, it's just her figure, right? The shape of her. And so, but then, it didn't seem like guys were like in my age group at that time, because however old I was then. But then, here comes Kim Kardashian, but J-Lo before. J-Lo had like such a moment. But anyway, all that to say.
All that to say, I don't know. The songs Opposites Attract, the video is definitely worth talking about and watching. The lyrics as well. We're going to get into all of that.
Right after we get more
champagne. Thanks for listening, everybody.
We appreciate you.
We're back with more champagne. But can you think of any other movies? There's actually not that many, at least memorable movies that have that. They have the
I feel like there was another one.
cartoon.
There was one other one.
Yeah. There's a
When did
few.
that like Aha video?
Oh, Aha's gonna come up later.
Oh,
We're talking about Aha
okay.
very soon. The one when I was looking through the list, because I was like, oh, this is gonna be such a fun talking point. There's actually very few memorable movies that combine the mediums, but one of them is the Disney 1940s movie Song of the South.
I have no idea even what that is.
Oh yeah, it's like it's the movie that Zippity Doo Dah comes from.
And Brer Rabbit.
And Brer Rabbit, yeah, and a very incredibly racist film. So what's interesting is the film it takes place during Reconstruction.
Oh, the film.
It takes place in the
That time.
1870s or whatever, but the 1940s. I mean, it's not that far away.
Right. Okay.
But it's like so racist. Like people that watched it thought it took place during slavery because the black people in the film are so subservient to whites, and they're talking in this like exaggerated dialect. But it did. It had the Uncle Remus is the main character. This African American actor playing him. But there's animated, I think, animals that he's
Brer Rabbit,
rabbit,
right?
and there's other animals too. Anyway,
there's tar babies in that.
Tar Baby, yeah. It's all.
I
Yeah.
kind of remember that. Yeah.
Anyway, couldn't find much on the list. I'm surprised.
Okay.
Opposites Attract is a song by American singer Paula Abdul from her debut album, Forever Your Girl. What a huge album this was.
I know. It's so like right place, right time.
Yeah. It was written and produced by some guy named Oliver. Vocals on the song, in addition to Abdul, were provided by a pair called The Wild Pair. Two guys called The Wild Pair, and they're the ones on the song today. Opposites Attract was the 6th and final single from the album and achieved success in many countries.
Lyrically, the song is about a couple who love each other despite being different in almost every way possible. The lyrics are so. Remember when
The lyrics are terrible. Like we're going to get to that.
Okay.
Because it's like, yeah. So
we always blow our wad. We because we have so many. The reason we started this podcast is because we really have so many of these discussions. Like when we're walking the dog, or whatever, we'll start talking about this kind of stuff. And then,
So this song was released in November '89, so it charts in 1990. But Forever You're a Girl, I remember I had the tape. Did you have any Paula Abdul in your?
Nope.
No Paula Abdul, but Forever Your Girl. Let me just go to this album for a second. So this came out in mid '88. The album was Abdul's breakthrough into the music industry after being a choreographer for high-profile clients.
I remember that.
At the time of the album's release, it was the most successful debut album of all time. It was the first time that a female artist scored 4 U.S. Billboard Hot 100 #1 singles from a debut album.
Good for her.
Yeah. No, really. Can you remember any other songs beside Opposites Attract? There were 4 on here.
I'm sure I know everyone.
You definitely do.
But
Can you conjure them? Straight Up.
Oh my God, how come I'm not?
Cold Hearted Snake.
Oh my God. Embarrassed. I'm embarrassed.
And the title, Forever Your Girl.
Forever Your Girl, I don't even know what that sounds like.
Oh, you do for sure. And then the 4th one being Opposites Attract. Okay, so
Cold Hearted Snake. But Straight Up, was that the first hit, Straight Up?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I mean that's kind of a jam. Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love me forever?
So, a bit about Paula Abdul from the website Screen Rant. Quote, back before she was best known as a judge on reality talent shows like American Idol or So You Think You Can Dance, Paula Abdul is one of the biggest pop stars of the late 80s and early 90s. She was discovered by the Jacksons while cheerleading with Laker girls and went on to choreograph music videos for Janet Jackson and Tom Hanks' scene on the giant keyboard doing chopsticks in the movie Big.
Okay, I think that Ruby could have choreographed that scene.
Okay, but
that's my daughter.
But still, that a movie studio.
No, whatever. But the thing is, how I want to know this backstory. Like, this is too vague. She's discovered by the Jacksons while cheerleading.
I can tell you some more here. Because that is from reading. She went to Cal State Northridge.
That's where Paul went, my ex-husband.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And while she was there, she tried out for the Laker girls at her freshman year, so 18 or 19.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Out of like however many women were trying for it. And within a year, she was lead choreographer.
Wow.
Of the Laker girls.
This girl must have.
So,
wow. So
Paula,
she's 20.
Yeah, she's 20 and she's
so talented. Clearly so talented.
Absolutely.
We have to give her props.
Right. So, Opposites Attract. Let's go into the lyrics.
But I'm just going to interrupt you because I want to know the backstory about, like you say, the Jacksons, or it says the Jacksons.
The Jacksons discovered her. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so let's go into a little bit here So I talked about how she was. Oh, here it is. By the way, 700 people were going for that one spot on the Laker Girls, and she got it. And within a year, she was head choreographer. Okay, sorry. So backing up a bit.
Yeah.
Abdul was discovered by the Jacksons. Now, well, a few of the band members. So was it even? I don't know. Unclear who it was. Right. A few of the band members had watched her. But band members, were they even Jacksons or were they?
Oh, okay. So just
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, she was. They were. A few band members were attending a Lakers game, and so they saw her and they were like, "We want her." And she was signed to do the choreography for the video to their single "Torture."
Do you know that song?
Oh my God, no! But let's find out about it. This single cover. Is Michael still in the group at this point? I bet he's gone, right?
No.
Oh, he's there.
He's there.
Oh, but look at him. He's like altered Michael already. Wait, hold on. What year is this?
Look at he has a leg up.
Wait, hold on.
83, 84.
Torture is the second single from the album Victory by the Jacksons, written by Jackie Jackson and a fellow Motown veteran.
Who's
the
Jackie?
Song is about someone ending a relationship and the torture that the member of the relationship, who is still in love with the other person, can feel.
Yeah, well, that's a thing.
Jackie was originally going to sing the song with his brother Michael, but Jackie's role instead went to Jermaine. Interesting. The song received mixed reactions from critics. The video was probably best known for Michael not being available and the use of a dummy in his place during the video. Paula Abdul replaced Perry Lister as the video's choreographer, in which various scenes of torture are displayed, with the Jacksons being on the receiving end of most of it.
Oh my God! So it's like a massacre.
So are they living on a fantasy here?
Yeah.
They're
the shoot was expensive and arduous. It was the shoot was an expensive and arduous affair that neither Michael nor Jermaine took part in, and it ultimately bankrupted the production company. Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
But the song peaked at 17 on the Billboard Hot 100. Don't you think that's pretty good?
That's pretty good.
I mean, making it the second best-selling single on the album.
But can you think of a Jackson song?
Well, of course. 1, 2, 3.
No, but I'm talking like after the Michael hits.
No.
Right?
No. I would have no idea. Then State of Shock.
I love this. So Paula Abdul gets her start by choreographing a Jackson's video that bankrupts the production company of shot the video.
No, that's crazy. That's ridiculous.
All right, speaking of bankrupt, let's talk about the poor guy in the song.
Oh, who? Which poor guy?
No, poor. Like literally poor. Like bankrupt. The company went bankrupt, so did the guy in this song, apparently.
Yes. Right.
So
I can't. These are the lyrics, is what Dan's saying right now, you guys, in case you don't know, because not everyone knows the lyrics by heart, babe. I know you do.
Well, that was my transition. Yeah, I do know the lyrics by heart.
It's kind of embarrassing.
MC Cat. All right, stop there. So she starts off by saying, "Baby, it seems like we never agree." Okay, well, the song's called Opposite Attract, and now we get into the reasons why. She starts the song with the disclaimer that, "Baby, it seems like we never agree," before we get to the reasons, the examples of how they don't agree. And it starts out pretty innocuous.
Yeah. Kind of not so bad. Like when we were on a walk, we were walking Daisy, and when we had this conversation, I picture it, we were in front of the that Italian wine bar.
Oh yeah, and we were.
When we were talking about this, and then we started looking it up, and we were kind of like, yeah. You like the movies, and I like TV.
Yeah. So the first disagreement is you like the movies, and I like TV. Okay, that's cute.
Yeah, that could happen.
I take things serious, and you take them light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I go to bed early, and
She says, I
I
go to bed
early, right?
and I party all night. First red flag.
Yeah.
First
Because
red.
it's not like I go to bed late. It's I party all night. Like if you know what I mean. Like if he was,
Yeah.
you know, if you're like I go to bed early, which I do.
Yeah.
I love to. If
Yeah.
I'm in bed by
We
8:30,
both do.
heaven. So I know dreamy.
Yeah. As we'll talk about what does it mean to be opposites attracting? Is it even desirable?
We're the opposite of opposites attract.
So, but right, because if she says I go to bed early and he's like
I go to bed late.
I watch classic movies all night.
I like
You'd be
Nick
like-
at night.
Like Nick at night. You're dating a child.
No, those were those adult cartoons.
no.
Adult Swim.
Was Adult Swim Nick at night?
Yeah, I
It
thought
was,
so.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Nick at night. Right. So there's your first red flag.
Right.
Like, I like to go to bed early, even if early.
And I party all night.
Yeah. So already, understandably, maybe our friends are saying we ain't gonna last
Yeah. Okay.
because she moves slowly, and baby, he's fast.
Okay. So then fast, doesn't it automatically have this like fast is like, to me, it sort of has a sexual connotation. Like you're fast, you move fast. Like you expect to be in
Yeah.
the bed
Yeah.
quickly and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
One takes 2 steps forward, the other takes 2 steps back. They come together because opposites attract. You know, it ain't fiction.
It's
just a natural fact. Is it a natural fact? Do you think opposites attract?
I mean, I think
I
maybe
guess it depends. I think it depends a lot on how you define attract, or the time span you're talking about. But what do you think?
no. Yeah, you're right. You have to think about it. Yeah, time span is
I'm
so
sure,
key.
like attract like that, or like over a longer period. I think there's. I mean,
Like over time, do opposites attract? Does it stand the test of time? Because it's like at first it's kind of because you're this way. So maybe you're really introverted and you see somebody who's super extroverted and you're like, wow, like how can they be that way? I wish I could be more that way. And then so you're sort of you're attracted to that like characteristic or that personality trait of this person. So then you're kind of interested in that. But then like over time you're like, fuck, like calm down. Let's like watch a movie. Let's just like you want to be insular. And then if your other person is never that way and what feeds them is others and accolades and being in a crowd and just being in the mix, then, the opposite thing, unless, you can be like, okay, you do your thing, I'll do mine, and you're just so fine if you're that extrovert, that introvert, and
or any behavior, or like in back to one of our favorite movies, High Fidelity. Rob says, the character Rob Gordon says,
I didn't know his last name.
Rob Gordon. Yeah, he says, he feels like it's not what you're like, it's what you like, right? So the music and movies, right? And
True.
Whether or not you agree with that entirely,
yeah.
But it could be anything. It could be the movies you're into, or introvert, extrovert. I found this article from CNN entitled "Paula Abdul was wrong. Opposites don't attract." For 2018, and basically what they go on to say is that opposites attract is like such a trope.
Yes.
Right? Literature, music, movies, two people seemingly who have nothing in common, they come together. And this person writes, whether people really find opposites more attractive has been the subject of many scientific studies.
Yeah.
Researchers have investigated what combination makes for better partners. Those who are similar, different, or opposite. And they've got those are 3 distinct categories. Right. So, you have some things in common. You're no, not quite. You're a little different, or you're just completely opposite. And, what they basically found was that it's the similar.
Yeah. Because we didn't maybe realize when we met how similar we were. Because, as you're getting to know somebody,
Yeah.
you kind of come to find things out as you go. But come to find out, we both like to go to bed early. We tend to like a lot of the same
Yeah.
things.
I mean, similar doesn't mean exact. And I think that's key too.
Yeah. But liberal, blah,
No,
I can't
that's
even.
a real thing.
That's
a
huge
fucking real thing. In these days.
To be liberal and conservative in this day and age, even if you're moderate of both of those versions, there's such a broad expanse. But I do think I'm middle liberal. Like I feel like there's a lot of things where I'm like, yeah, we could be a little more this way on that. Like I do feel like I have conservative things in some regards. I would say more liberal than I am.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I mean, I'd like to think that we're not just in the bag for liberal causes in the Democratic Party.
I think that's true. Yeah.
But I mean,
because you're super thoughtful about things.
Well, I think part of it is being a teacher.
Yeah.
Where you have to navigate how to talk about politics and government
with kids. Yeah.
I mean, one of the greatest compliments I got, and I don't think this would be a compliment where I teach now, which is more wears its heart on its sleeve as a liberal institution.
Oh, okay.
Right, where I think it's you can really be more assertive about these are the things I believe in.
Yeah.
But at a school that was not as politically positioned that well,
okay.
A student once said to me at the end of the year, I think you're like a Democrat, but I'm not entirely sure. And I was like, I'm glad you think that way. I mean, I'm glad it wasn't didn't come through.
Yeah, so overt.
I don't know, though. I feel like if a student said that to me today, I would probably feel very differently about it. I mean, if you felt like I wasn't, if you felt like I was ambivalent about the current political situation, that's probably, I don't know. There was a teacher, if that's.
I'm thinking in context of knowing where you taught and thinking if a student from that school would tell you that's quite a compliment because you must have just tempered your own beliefs in that, to be more unbiased in every.
Trying to be fair.
Yeah, fair.
We're all biased.
Which I know, of course, but I listen to, I do listen to this one podcast that I love is the guy who does 99% Invisible, Roman Mars. And he does a podcast about what Trump can teach us about con law. So it's this podcast talking about constitutional law. And the woman who's his neighbor, Jo, I can't remember her last name, but she's a constitutional law professor at Berkeley. And so there's only a podcast that pops up in my feed when something is happening. Because they're both super busy, and so then this is happening and this is a threat to constitutional law. Not even, okay, I'm saying threat, but just something that is weighing on the, balance in constitutional law with the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So then she will weigh in and talk about it. And it's just so fascinating and interesting. But I have to say, she is a professor. So she is able, I'm always come on, I can't believe you're not Roman Mars is very liberal, but they do such a good job of just talking about it as people. And she's she never takes sides. She's so clean with it. And I respect it so much because you're listening, she's telling you constitutional law. And this is how really, this is people who read the Constitution in such a way as that they think the founding fathers meant it. You know, like it's interpretation, of course, but still there's like.
But that's the whole thing with the Constitution, though.
Yeah.
Is it literal or up for interpretation?
Yeah. And how do we roll it up to like technology and, you know, all these things? And so that's what's kind of crazy about it. And, you know, that's why it's so interesting listening to that, because she's just clean about, she tells you, and these justices feel this way and these justices feel this way. And then you're just kind of left to sort of parse it out. It's cool.
When we come back from break, the 10th Amendment. Is Trump violating it?
No, we're not going to go there.
No, we're not.
We're back to our part.
We're going to get to the second verse, the second, like, oh, this fucking guy verse, and then the music video.
I can't wait.
All right, welcome back to our discussion of the Bill of Rights. No, I meant Opposites Attract.
Yes.
By Paula Abdul. Who'd have thought we could be lovers? Well, you're really going to wonder when you hear the next few lines of this song.
She makes the bed, and I steal the and he steals the cover.
Yeah, so whatever. Still cute. And okay, she likes it neat.
And he
makes a mess.
That okay, to me that is
that
is what would you say about me as far as cleaning goes? Like what's
the cleanliness of the house is very important to you.
And also like there's something about it. You know, you don't have to take part, and you're so lovely and sweet, and you always do. But like, because I understand that this is a little like OCD,
a little monk.
Yeah. Because maybe I like to vacuum 3 days a week, or
she likes to vacuum, and I like a mess. I don't know.
You like to vacuum 3 days a week.
Yeah.
I like to take crack, and I like to tweak. Like, that's how opposite it is in this song.
She's vacuuming, and he's smoking a crack pipe.
Yes. Like, I know that.
Well, look, she likes it neat. He makes a mess. She takes it easy, or who's the I in this one? I take it easy, baby, I get obsessed. Who gets obsessed? I don't even remember. We're looking at the lyrics.
I think he's so like chill.
Okay.
I take it easy, baby. I get obsessed.
Yeah, well,
She's got the money.
And she's got the money, and he's always broke. I don't like. She doesn't like cigarettes, but
I like to smoke.
Like who the fuck are you dating?
No, like he's a mob boss. No, he's a mob.
No,
lower level.
Mob. You're giving this guy way too much credit. He's a fucking loser. Like,
yeah, no, he hangs out at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And I'm at the Ritz.
Yeah.
Like it is truly opposites.
Yeah.
This Ruby's coming in from behind. Ruby, just poke your head
like
in.
Things in common, there just ain't a one. So I mean, come on.
Yeah, if you have absolutely nothing in common, just walk away.
Well, maybe the problem they had in common was that it's a cat. Let's get to the music video.
Why would it even be a cat?
Why would it be a cat?
I mean,
I'm just gonna start playing the video here.
Oh, because the MC. That's what the.
So she's
his
like,
outfit.
It's very like his outfit. Yeah, they're in some kind of like really bad like stereotypical 1990s. What would you call it?
Alley.
It's an alley. He's an alley cat. He's an alley cat.
Oh, alley cat.
I guess I don't know.
His shoes are so big, but yeah, and also, how are they attracted to each other?
Well, I don't know. He's horny for her.
Well, because he can dance.
Let me go to some stuff here.
Okay.
So, why is there an animated cat? Well, according to an article, Gene Kelly had always been one of Abdul's heroes, and Abdul wanted to make a video that would pay tribute. In the 1945 Anchors Away, there's a scene where Gene Kelly dances with Jerry, the mouse from Tom and Jerry.
You know what? This cat kind of looks like Tom. Tom. Yeah.
Abdul wanted to do something similar, and Opposites Attract Opposites Attract was the obvious candidate. Why would that be an obvious candidate? I don't know. Who Framed Roger Rabbit had been a huge hit in 1988.
Was it a huge hit?
Oh, God, yeah. Who Framed?
I didn't know it was a huge hit.
Sorry.
I knew it was a hit, but
Yeah.
a huge hit. I'm just surprised.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm glad because
Yeah. So the idea of a real life Paula Abdul dancing with an animated cat didn't seem too far fetched, right?
Okay.
So interesting here though. Here we go. So David Fincher directed the videos for Paula Abdul's first few hits, but she went with a different director for Opposites Attract. Okay. So, I mean, it's kind of. So
That's crazy though that David Fincher directed that.
yeah,
7, everyone.
7. Yeah.
I mean,
He didn't direct this one. He directed.
no, but I'm just saying that the fact that he directed, I want to go watch
Yeah,
them all now.
exactly.
Like what, they must be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, so Scat Cat was the creation of a couple, a married team of animators who'd done the rotoscoped cartoon parts for Aha's Take on Me a few years earlier. The Scat Cat character, a horny, good time rapping cat who was very into Paula Abdul,
Gross.
is an exaggerated character of everything that kids at that time were supposed to think was cool. And The Simpsons went on to clown it later.
Oh, good. But wait, do you mind if I?
Yeah.
Because when I'm watching that, number one, that cat, is this what they told them? I want a horny, good time rapping. Like,
yeah.
those.
Here he is in the video. Ooh.
But do you see how he looks like Tom from Tom and Jerry with a little bit of a mohawk or something? And
But look, Gene Kelly. How Gene Kelly.
yes,
Yeah.
the dancing, right? Gene Kelly of like Singing in the Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so Singing in the Rain. Like her dancing is very Singing in the Rain, right?
Yeah, it totally is. Yeah.
I mean, and
you can
I
see- you
love
can see-
her for that.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's
think-
awesome.
Yeah,
So
but this is interesting. Wait, this Take on Me.
yeah, it was the same couple that did it. So both
They did all the the sketches.
right. So it's a rotoscope. So what that means is that rotoscope, the technique is you are tracing
Oh,
film.
oh,
So that's why Aha and both this one, the characters have such a lifelike movement because they
That's-
film it with a person and then they trace over it.
that's
Yeah.
cool. I like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Okay. So, anything else to say about the lyrics here?
Okay, let's.
Oh, apparently there is another rap I don't even remember that. Nothing in common, but this I trust. I'm like a minus, she's like a plus. All right. Well,
He calls out.
a little
He's a
hot
loser.
tip. He's a loser.
I know.
One
I'm
going
a loser.
up, one coming down.
Oh.
But we seem to land on common ground.
But one going up, one coming down. So he has no potential to
Yeah.
go up because even he's with someone
Why are
who's
you?
on the rise.
Oh my gosh.
And you can't grab on.
What is she doing with this guy?
When things go wrong, we make corrections to keep things moving in the right direction. Try to fight it, but I'm telling you, Jack, it's useless. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh no.
Okay. But okay.
She finishes the song by saying, "Baby, ain't it something how we lasted this long? You and me proving everyone wrong."
Everyone thinks it's a bad idea.
Yeah, there's your first problem. But also, is that the point now? We're just gonna prove you wrong. We're gonna stick this out. But also, ain't it something how we lasted this long? How long could they be together, do you think? Based on the no job, smoking, stays out all night,
Loud, shouting.
loud, with God knows what money he's even spending to stay out all night.
Hers.
Mooching off her
Yes.
friends. So ain't
It's
it
3 months.
ain't it something we lasted this long?
3 months.
He's on day 21, 28 days later.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
We proved everyone wrong. We've been together for 3 months.
Yeah, everyone was like, that's gonna last a month.
Don't think we'll ever get our differences patched. Don't really matter because we're perfectly matched. They're not. They need to accept that.
That's a
and-
wrap, though. doesn't really matter because we're perfectly matched.
Oh,
French problem was
sorry,
like,
I said it wrong. I mean the
you were
song
Paula.
portion of it. Yeah.
We're perfectly matched because she pays for everything.
Yeah, no. I think that this is before the 3 months ended, everything's happening, and then it's like, you're done. You're out. You're over.
Yeah, maybe he said this to her and she was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You mean he said the rap to her?
Yeah.
She's over it. She's
Yeah.
over it.
Like,
He said it at
She,
3 months is what? 36 days? No,
Yeah.
that's not right.
That's a
3 months.
90 days.
Okay. Right, because 30 times 3. I'm not on my math skills today. Yeah.
She was lying in bed. She just taken a bath. She'd done her skincare. She's lying in bed with a book, and he walked up to her, and he was just like, "What was he wearing?" And he was just like,
Number one, he smelled like he reeks
he-
like smoke.
he was maybe about to go out, or he was like, "You know what? I'm not going to go out tonight. Instead, I'm going to rap to my girl." And he was like,
You know, I
"Maybe it's something how we lasted this long." And she's like, putting down Pride and Prejudice. She's like, "What? What'd you say?"
Yeah. Okay.
Pride and Prejudice.
I was thinking rather that he came in
All right, good.
at like 3 and she's been sleeping.
Oh my God! He woke her up
Yeah.
to rap her this.
Yes, and he's
Oh
like
my God!
smoke infested. He just smells like a chimney. Maybe he's got a cigarette with him at the bedside because he's also been partying all night, right? So he's been
Jesus.
drinking all night.
Oh my
The
God!
bar this night they kicked him out, and then he couldn't find an after hours.
Oh my God! So
So-
he's like, you know what?
Yeah, and then he's like, he gets into a melancholy drunken state and sits at the bedside. Oh, baby. And then he has his little rap while he's smoking and blowing smoke on her. She's done. He's saying how he lasted the song, and then she's all,
Oh, you think
we're done.
maybe the rap ended it?
Yeah, that
Ah.
rap, the fact that he read this to her at 3 a.m, I'm done. Opposites don't attract.
Okay.
But she wrote the song and got the money and, everything.
Well, Paula definitely got the money because "Forever Your Girl" charted. The song's charted. Let's go to the charts.
Oh, I can't wait. Let the
So-
100 for the year.
So,
1990.
1990. But let me back up.
I can't wait to see the songs.
Let me back up for 1 second
Okay.
because this was the last single from the album. So the other big hits charted in 89. And I just want to go through just to show you how big this album was. Because
Wait, what do you mean?
the big hits from the album charted in 89.
Oh, okay.
Opposites Attract didn't chart till 90.
Okay. Right.
So let me just go through 89 because it's a fucking run by Paula. So Billboard charts for 1989. We have Paula Abdul, number 4 straight up, number 6 Cold Hearted. And then if I scroll down here to the 20s, or number 30, Forever Your Girl. 3 top 30 hits and 2 in the top 10.
Good job, Paula. But can we talk about some of the other songs in the top 10?
Yeah, quickly, because we'll get back to 89.
Okay,
now.
but Look Away by Chicago.
Was number 1?
How
I
random.
hate that song.
Me too. I don't
feel
really
like
love Chicago. Me too. Listen, opposites don't attract for us. We both hate Chicago. Okay, and then number 2, My Prerogative,
Great
Bobby
song, great
Brown.
song.
Okay, and number 3, Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison.
Fuck, I love that song.
No, I
But
love
number
that song.
3 for the year.
No, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm gonna move on to
Then
1990.
straight up.
So Opposites Attract comes later, charts in 1990. What's your guess for where Opposites Attract lands? This album was so huge.
17.
17. Okay, I actually can't quite remember, but
Okay.
I feel like you're right.
Are you going to guess?
Uh,
Oh, you know.
I think it's. I want to say it's like 10ish.
Oh,
It's high. It's high.
Oh, higher.
But I can't remember exactly. Here we go. For 1990, where are we? She comes in at number 14. Opposites Attract as the last single from an album that's already killing it. This album was released in 1988. It really made this really slow climb up the charts.
It took 2 years for it to get there.
Well,
But
no, in 1 year. But still, she still had big hits 2 years later.
Oh, because
it's
it
like
was just
slow.
okay,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. But then what I'm thinking of, like, what, you're saying it's this slow build. Were there just all these people in the world that think like they had this opposite that they're attracted to? Like,
Yeah.
is that the thing that like,
people were like,
my person that
A lot of people justified their relationship at that time with the song.
Yeah, because with that happening,
They're just like,
and to this day,
is fucking wrong. Like, I got to get out of this relationship, and then the song comes out, and they're like, wait a second,
it's not so bad. Like, maybe they were just about to break up, and the whole everyone was so grateful. And then the song,
I say no, and then he says yes, and
well,
too much.
Okay, no, I think you're right. I think that's
Okay.
But can I just look at these? Hold on, Wilson Phillips.
Wilson Phillips tops the charts in 1990. I know there was pain.
It must have been Love by Roxette. Is that?
Yeah, it must have been love,
but it's over now. Yep. Yeah, nothing compares to you.
Oh, speaking of Prince, there you go. Right.
God, that song.
Bill Biv DeVoe.
How funny though. Poison.
Yeah.
Bill Biv DeVoe.
Yeah, not the band Poison, but the
song before was by the band, and then Vogue by Madonna. Wow. Okay.
Look at Mariah Carey making her the first of many.
Vision of Love. Oh my God, that song. Vision of Love. That is a jam.
Yeah. But look at two songs in the top 10 called Hold On.
How weird is that?
Wow.
Hold On, #1 by Wilson Phillips, and then Hold On by En Vogue.
Yeah. Rock the Cradle of Love. Well, Billy.
Cradle of Love, yeah.
But Paula Abdul wedged in between Pump Up the Jam and Escapade. Wow.
Wait, Escapade?
Yeah.
What's funny is in '89, Janet Jackson, was she the #1 song?
Well, she had 5 songs on this list.
Who?
Janet Jackson.
Oh.
Rhythm Nation.
I Miss You Much.
God, I love that song. From Rhythm Nation, yeah.
Number 4. That is one of the best videos of all time. Herb Ritz.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. And she's wearing this bouffant. That's when, like, Ivana Trump's first wife, got that makeover around that time.
Miss You Much was Herb Ritz? I thought it was Love Will Never Do Without You.
Is it? Oh, you're right. Is that when they're spinning in the thing in the desert?
Isn't it like Antonio? Who's the guy in that video?
Miss You Much video. You're right. Did Paula Abdul choreograph for Janet?
Yes. No, but not on this album. For the Control album, she did
that. Michael Jackson, she did Janet Jackson, 4 together when they're in that black and white cool thing.
No.
Oh, okay.
It was her first album. But yes, she did. She did like a bunch of Janet Jackson songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But I think, not album. But
they probably became friends because they were both in the top for '89 and '90.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's go to the bottom of 1990.
Okay.
Jesus, 2 songs without even links to them. Like, nobody can even be bothered to write a Wikipedia entry about these songs. Number 100, Tic Tac Toe by a band called Kuyper. Sorry, Kuyper. Hold on a second. Randall S. Kuyper, Kiper, more known as Kuyper, Kyper, is an American rapper, DJ, and actor based in Louisiana. I mean, is there even a picture of him on his Wikipedia page? Oh my God.
Nothing.
There's nothing. There's not even a link to this song.
Wow, so we can't even hear the song.
Thieves in the Temple by Prince.
Do you know that song?
I do, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's pretty, it was a very minor hit. But...
Mentarosa, Mellow Man Ace, not heard of that. Swing the Mood, Jive, Bunny and the Master Mixers, and Without You by Motley Crue.
But do you know that Motley Crue song? Without You? I bet it's a horrible ballad, and I don't know it.
I don't.
I mean, these are not great. Oh, Just a Friend by Biz Markie. Okay. You say she's just a friend.
Oh, you say she's just a friend.
I mean, Forever by Kiss. I bet that's another
babe, is that
ballad.
You got what I need. Is that? Oh, okay. I love that song actually.
But I bet this Kiss song and like the Motley Crue song, I bet there's horrendous. Look, this one's for the children. New Kids on the Block.
NKOB.
Oh my gosh. Michael Bolton over singing his way into the charts. He was at the top too. See him? He's in the top 10. Just fucking Paula Abdul, 86.
Oh my God.
It's Just the Way That You Love Me.
Wow, crazy. The girl was...
Wait, another charter from that album? Jesus,
Wow.
Paula.
Good job.
Forever Your Girl, forever on the charts, apparently.
Yeah, good. That's a nice one, babe.
Oh, girl, I'd be in trouble if you left me now.
Wow, that's only 84?
Maybe a chart of the next year or the year before.
Wow. So songs chart.
I'd be in trouble if you left me now. I don't have any money and I smoke and I'm loud, but or just
shout.
Yeah. Well, all this is just capturing for one calendar year. So if a song comes out at a certain point, it can be multiple.
Oh, that's kind of
multiple
cool.
years.
That's interesting to track it. Wow. Well,
Aerosmith, what it takes. So
I don't even know what that Aerosmith song is.
tell me what it takes to let you. I don't know. Girl, when before I met you, I was fine, fine. But your love made me a prisoner.
Is
My
it the Aerosmith
heart's been true. Yes.
Wow, you know it.
Yeah.
Okay, good job.
So pathetic.
Okay.
Aerosmith. That's some bad Aerosmith.
I love
stuff.
Aerosmith, the old Aerosmith. I love like Walk This Way and like Sweet Emotion. And
So do you think this song, I think you maybe hit on it. Does this song really land because a lot of people want to believe that opposites attract?
Yes.
It's such a
yes, this song is a thing because so many people wish that this is true. It's not
Yeah.
true. I mean, there's people in that there. Okay, there's probably not people listening that are going, yes,
This-
because there's only 7 people listening.
the B side was Ice Cream Makes You Skinny. People also loved that one.
That
No, but-
and yeah, that was another hit that charted
No, but-
number
yeah, but-
4.
No, but go ahead. So you think people just really, there was something really appealing about the message. It's like almost like an underdog story in a way.
Yeah, I think that you're because when you were talking about the slow climb up the charts, that it took, there's all these other, so that makes me think oh, people are listening to the album.
Mhm.
People are giving the album play and hearing it. And then, because then people, what made something chart? I guess that's an interesting thing to know, because I wonder if they call in the radio station and however many times that songs are played, and then people are listening and buying albums. And because how do you track?
I think in that era, a single was defined as the studio designated a song as a single.
Oh, okay.
But I think your point is good though. Why over a year after the album comes out,
Yeah.
why would they be let's release this as a single? And maybe to your point, people, they were getting response. People were yes, this song is fucking awesome. Yes, opposites attract.
Well, if everyone is requesting, radio stations telling producers or whatever, everyone is requesting this song, Opposites Attract. People who bought the album, there's a certain amount of the population now because it's a hit, right? It's in platinum.
Yeah.
So they bought it. And so then
Yeah.
everyone's listening, and then there's something catchy about that. And then it resonates,
Yeah.
so then it just sort of rises, and then, the fingers across, can it be true that even though he because you can be attracted to that, because you could kind of, both of you could wish you're a little more that way or something, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But ultimately, I don't know. Of course, isn't that, that political couple, right? That,
Oh yeah, the Raging James Carville,
Yes.
Democrat, and
but aren't they still married?
They are.
That's so cute but I think, surely they had a lot in common.
yeah, that's the thing. I think it's so, if you reduce it down to just their political, but I don't know though. I mean, do you think in this
No,
day
because I
and
saw
age-
them on a David Letterman or something, and they were so.
But
they were so cute and in love. Like there's so many things about them that were in like sync. Like,
Well, would that work today, though? I feel like part of it is because the difference between Democrats and Republicans was
well,
not.
there weren't so many spaces in which your differences were magnified.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Well, there wasn't social media, certainly.
right, of course, social media, but even like, you know, there you could both be reading the same paper, you know?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
now, do you think any conservatives are reading the New York Times? I kind of don't.
No.
I think they see it as like the liberal shill media
Yeah.
and, you know, like
Yeah,
fake news,
Yeah,
all that.
it
But
would be different. Yeah, it's hard to.
CNN versus MSNBC and Fox and, you know, what else is the conservative news channel?
Well,
I couldn't even say besides Fox.
One America Network or these like fringe. Yeah,
But there's
it's different. It's different now because
what Wall
because
Street Journal is owned by a conservative guy.
But it's not MAGA though. That's the
Right.
thing. I think like it's just different. Like you couldn't be like, oh, opposites attract. I'm in a relationship with a MAGA person and think like, oh, we're just gonna keep our politics here and everything else will be great. It's like
It's almost you have to bow your knee if you're MAGA. Right? It's like I'm reading that you know, that Eric Larson book about the rise of the Nazi party and stuff. And it's like there's a lot of parallels.
a lot of knee bending.
Yeah. Now and in the Nazi party, you had to they called it in like 33, which is now 34, the timeline of my book, they called it just the Hitler salute, the Sieg Heil.
Yeah.
But at that time, it was just the Hitler salute. And like if there was a Hitler salute or a parade that walked by, you had to, if you were looking at a store window, you had to turn and acknowledge and Sieg Heil that parade. That's kind of like a version of knee bending, right?
No, for sure.
So I think, you know, Trump expects you to, you know, kowtow to him and bow to him and like give your respects and everything. It's like, we can't all just, I can't disagree with you and we're fine. Like, I think, like, whatever, I think we should be able to just have a disagreement and still, like, whatever, okay, who cares? You think that, I think this, but like, we're both just humans living our lives with the best intentions in general, you know? So it doesn't have to mean that now we're moral enemies, you know? Like, I don't know. I just wish we could, whatever, you think that, I think this, and who cares? Like, you're a decent person. When I hang out with you, I really enjoy your company and I feel like we like to hang out. So
yeah.
Then who cares about all that shit, you know? Anyway, I digress.
Maybe opposites attract, maybe they don't. They probably don't.
They might not.
They might not. Not for the long term. All right. I think we're going to leave it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're saying at the beginning, like, we don't like any of this.
Oh, right. Does it, I mean,
because the song, it's kind of catchy, right?
Yeah,
and
it has a little,
it's resonance of relevance and like
for sure,
wanting it to be true.
It's absolutely.
We got to give it
something
that.
very catchy about this song.
Yeah. So
and her vocals are great
and she's a kick-ass dancer and she's kind of amazing. At 20, she's chosen to be the head choreographer.
Exactly. We'll give her that props.
Good job, Paula.
Good job by you, Paula. We're going to leave it there.
Okay. Thank you. I love you.
Love you.